Hi class, and welcome to week 2 of Introduction to Healthcare Delivery Systems. So in this video, I'll briefly be going over the content pages found in this week's module, as well as some of the assignments, that are due this week. So let's get started. First, we have the objectives for this week listed. Now, just a quick reminder that this week we are covering Chapter 4 on Health Service Professionals and Chapter 5 on Medical Technology. So here are the objectives listed for this week. So by the end of this week, once you've gotten through all the material, you will be able to explain the corporatization and globalization of the U.S. healthcare system, as well as identifying various types of healthcare professional services, which includes trainings, practice requirements, and settings. You'll be able to differentiate between primary care and specialty healthcare systems. You'll be able to identify the imbalances that are found between primary care and specialty care here in the United States. And you'll also be able to discuss reasons for the maldistribution in the physician workforce. Other objectives, I don't want to go through all of them, but when we're talking about Chapter 5, you will be able to describe the primary role of medical technology in healthcare delivery, as well as identify the growth in the applications of information technology and informatics in healthcare delivery. You'll also be able to explain and further discuss different aspects of telemedicine, telehealth, as well as analyze the factors that drive the innovation, utilization, and dissemination of technology. You'll also be able to examine or analyze the impact of applying technology on domestic and global healthcare delivery systems. So I'm going to continue to scroll down. Here we have a list of what is due this week. So all the assignments are due on Sunday. Always remember that. You are responsible for completing quiz 1, the discussion board that is on medical technology. Now, this will involve you putting together a Padlet wall on medical technology, and you will be, as we said before, reading Chapter 4 and 5 and viewing the video lectures. I also have chapter PowerPoints found in this module, as well as videos that coincide with the material we cover in the chapters. Before I go any further, I did want to briefly touch on the Padlet wall. Now, there is an instructions content page for the Padlet wall found in the student resource module for this course. So it says student resource for HSA 6103. What you'll be doing is you'll be clicking on the module link found in the course menu bar on the left-hand side of your computer screen in the Canvas course, and then you'll be directed to the module page. Scroll to the student resources, and as you scroll through the different content pages, you'll find one dedicated to the Padlet wall. Now, with the Padlet wall it emulates what an white poster board would be, something similar to what you may have used for a science project during elementary or middle school. But this is an electronic form. So you will be able to post videos, text, images, and your own voice describing to the viewer what they are viewing on your Padlet wall. So it allows you to share the research you've done in a creative fashion. I do want to point out that I do expect a reference list either in your discussion board post or posted on your Padlet wall. So let me continue scrolling further down. As I said, we're covering chapters 4 and 5 in our required textbook titled Delivering Healthcare in America. And then below that, I have the instructional materials, which are your video lectures. And as you scroll further down, it's any additional videos that may be helpful to you regarding your assignments that are due. And in this video, I actually go over a real quick overview of the Padlet wall. All right, and last is your assignment overview. So now the second page will include your chapter PowerPoints and some information from the chapter for you to review. So let's get started here. Again, we're covering chapters 4 and 5. You'll be doing your readings. Here are the chapter PowerPoints that go along with the readings. And I've also created terminology documents where you have the definitions for the main concepts that are introduced in the chapter. Now, here we have just a quick review of chapter 4. Now, remember, it's on health service professionals. And here's a little table just providing you with a description of the differences between an MD and a DO. DO is osteopathic medicine, and an MD is of doctor of medicine. Now, I do want you to keep in mind that they have somewhat merged both curriculums or educational platforms, but just so you get a gist of the difference, the similarities and the primary differences between them. Then below that, you'll find a table that goes through what primary care is in comparison to specialty care. And we touch on this maldistribution between primary care and specialty care here in the US. Now for chapter 5, we're looking at medical technology. And we begin here with the changes that were brought about brought by medical technology and what medical technology is. Now, the third content page are the videos that again coincide with the materials for chapter 4 and chapter 5. So for chapter 4, the first video we have is titled The Impact of the Internet on Medical Practices. And now that I'm looking back, I apologize. I think this is a mistake here. This should be for chapter 5. I will go back and fix that. The second video is titled The Future of Healthcare, focusing on electronic health records. And below that is what is telehealth and how can it help me? So now when you click on the next button, you will be directed to the links for this week's assignments. So first you'll have the discussion board that we'll be using to share our Padlet walls. I do expect you to provide feedback to your fellow classmates. So you are responsible for responding to 2 of your fellow classmates for this assignment as well. Remember, the Padlet wall, you will share your research that you've done on the topic of medical technology and make sure to include your references. You also have quiz 1, which is a multiple choice and true and false quiz. If you have any questions at all, never hesitate to reach out to me. Best of luck, everyone, and take care.